Can you guys hear me now? What the heck? What a flop. What a flop. What the heck? Yo, can you guys hear me, chat? Can you guys hear me? Bro, that's an absolute stinker, bro. I don't know why my mic would be muted, bro. Like I don't usually mute the mic, but guys, now you guys can hear me. Listen, absolutely stinker and hooked. My bad. Hey, my bad, Andrew. Listen, guys. Hey, thank you guys for letting me know now, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just read the chat. I was reading from top to bottom. So then I was like, I was skimming through, and then I'm like, you guys can't hear me. And I'm like, my mic's plugged in. The only thing is that if my mic's muted on the laptop. So I'm like, let me fix this real quick. I don't know why it was muted, but it is what it is, bro. You guys didn't even know what I was talking about. Listen. Guys, forget about all that. I hope you guys are doing well. Guys, please smash the likes. You know what I'm saying? The channel is growing, and when people smash the likes, YouTube pushes it to new people. So, listen, I mean, I was talking about the UEFA Champions League, basically, and, I mean, unless if you live under a rock, you would have known that Inter Milan got absolutely destroyed by Paris Saint-Germain. Legitimately, they got destroyed. Paris Saint-Germain, you know what? Credit to them. Congratulations, PSG, for winning the Champions League. But man, that one hurt. You know, Barcelona, we really should have been in this game. I can't lie. The more that I watched the game, I was like, Inter are not that good. We made them look good. They capitalized on our mistakes. Inter Milan has absolutely folded. They were on for a treble. And even worse than Barcelona, at least we won two of the last three trophies. Inter Milan won 0, a grand total of 0 out of 3. You know, Inzaghi looks like he's going to get sacked or he's going to leave. Bro, I can't lie. This one hurt. You know, to see PSG win this game. Bro, and it was 5-0. This, I told you guys, right? Actually, I was muted, but I was saying how this felt like a humiliation ritual. Paris Saint-Germain legitimately destroyed them. The first half was abuse. The second half was even worse. You know what I'm saying? And I can't believe Barcelona. I can't believe it, man. You guys said disgrace to Italy. Bro, I'm not going to lie. Shane, regardless, though, we conceded 6 to the same Inter Milan team. That is a concern. And that tells me one thing, right? Barcelona, we need to improve defensively. Offense was not our issue. We scored how many goals against Inter? We scored 6. Against a team, by the way, look at the running, guys. Look at the running. Do you know that before the first Barcelona game, they didn't score a single goal in their last 3 games? They scored 3 at our home. On top of that, the second leg, can you believe that Inter Milan, they scored 4? You know what happened in the final? You know what? How many goals they scored against PSG? They scored 0. You know what I'm saying? And guys, I don't know if you guys remember the game versus remember it was Brazil. They lost to Croatia, and then we were denied that Brazil versus Argentina legendary semifinal. It felt like that. It gave me the same type of vibes because then Croatia, they just fumbled against Argentina, absolutely destroyed. It felt like Inter Milan, they just denied a great final, and I understand it's our fault. I truly understand, but that was a disgrace. Listen, Inter Milan deserved all the smoke that they're going to get. You know why? Because they pulled up to the final and they got the worst beating of all time. And you know who allowed it? It was us. It was unbelievable. You know what I'm saying? Hey, big up, Rogelio. No problem. Big up. Hey, smash the likes. Big up. Angie got sacked. I didn't know that. But listen, guys, I'm not going to lie. Bro, Inter Milan, absolutely, bro. Inter Milan got absolutely destroyed. Bro, listen, exactly. Jan Sommer, Dumfries, you know what I'm saying? Who's that other brother? You know, what's his name? DeMarco, all these guys, Barella, all of them looking like absolute studs, A-plus players, got destroyed. What happened to Thuram? Looking like prime Romelu Lukaku. You know what I'm saying? Looking like a prime Edin Dzeko. You know what I'm saying? Like, they just folded, bro. And for a team that's been here before, and they got all the chips on the line because they're a veteran team and they've lost the UCL final before, they got absolutely destroyed. Listen, we look even worse after the final. Yes, our defense. And yo, you know what this live is about? It's about breaking news, right? Obviously. But I do want to quickly say Ousmane Dembele, hey, big up to Ousmane Dembele, because as much as I didn't like him, right? This is the first topic, by the way. Congratulations, PSG, before we move on to Barca, right? But Ousmane Dembele, you know, he didn't do anything crazy, anything disgraceful. The guy said, I joined Barca at 20. Barca was my dream club. I will never insult or offend Barca, no matter what it is. It's my dream club. And you know what? Ousmane Dembele, credit to you. You know, and you know what? If Ousmane Dembele wins the Ballon d'Or, I'm not going to feel that bad about it no more because I'm not going to lie. I didn't want Dembele to win because remember last year, the way he was smiling on the bench, right? Obviously, I have some type of feeling against Ousmane Dembele. But what I will say, and I don't know if Barca is truly his dream club because he defends way harder for Paris Saint-Germain than he did for Barcelona. But what I will say is that, you know what? He probably deserves the Ballon d'Or, and I'm not too against it because I think Lamine Yamal, bro, I think he'll have his opportunities to be the youngest ever Ballon d'Or winner. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, Lamine Yamal still has 3 opportunities, I believe, to surpass R9 as the youngest Ballon d'Or winner. So I'm not too worried about this, bro. If Ousmane Dembele wins the Ballon d'Or, so be it. I don't know if the Nations League will count, but I will say this, brother, Kylian Mbappe, this brother went out sad. Imagine, guys, I don't know if you guys follow the NBA, but, brother, this was a KD move. Kylian Mbappe left Real Madrid fully to win the Champions League. It wasn't to win La Liga. It wasn't to do this or that. It's to acquire the one thing that he didn't have, right? Ballon d'Ors and UEFA Champions League because he has a World Cup, right? And guess what? Paris Saint-Germain, you know, what do we call Paris Saint-Germain? You know what I'm saying? People, they say P and then they put the money sign and then the G. You know, they say European bottlers. They say Paris Saint-Germain got nothing about them. Well, what about this? They've won their first ever European, you know what I'm saying, title, the UEFA Champions League, I believe, right? First ever UCL, the season after Kylian Mbappe leaves. And you know what? Regardless of how you spin it and say it's not Mbappe's fault, this was embarrassing for Mbappe. I'll keep it real. You know, maybe Madrid fans will try to brush it under the carpet, but what I will say is that, yo, Kylian Mbappe, this brother went outside, bro. Like, you cannot allow this to happen. You know what I'm saying? But listen, I mean, hey, if Real Madrid don't win the what's it called, the Champions League next year, bro, and PSG wins another one in the next 2-3 years, it's looking spooky. But guys, what I will say, let's get straight into the news because, man, you know, listen, let's get straight into it. You know, that was an intro. I was just emotional. I wasn't really going to talk about the UCL final, but I just felt like that I had to, bro. Like, it's the biggest game that in football that recently happened, right? There's no World Cup nearby still. It's going to be next year. So I was like, bro, let me talk about it for 5 minutes. But, yo, let's get straight into the Barca news because, guys, major breaking, right? Fabrizio Romano. And guys, I will get to the chat in 2 minutes, but I mean, yo, listen, guys, I'm not gonna ignore you guys. Don't get me wrong. You know, actually, I'll read the chat right now, bro. What are you guys saying, bro? What are you guys saying, bro? Listen, their age showed. Yeah, bro, I'm not going to lie, versus Inter Milan, our age did show, bro. Dembele, yeah, bro, listen, a lot of Barca fans, they still have harsh feelings towards Dembele, and I can't really blame them, bro. Listen, guys, get your chats in all stream long. You know what I'm saying? Barcelona, PSG, Bayern, City, they all got troubles. Real Madrid still doesn't. Yeah, that's just crazy. But listen, you know what's crazy? All these Real Madrid fans are absolutely cooking Barca after the final instead of Inter. But you know what? Listen, hey, what do they say about United? It's the same thing with Barca. Hated, adored, never ignored, bro. When Barcelona is good, hey, people are going to talk about it. When Barcelona is bad, we're still the most relevant club in football. You know what I'm saying? Real Madrid, let's be real. Why do they always gas in on their brain, bro? You guys won the UCL last year. But listen, it is what it is, bro. Lamine Yamal winning the Ballon d'Or is unrealistic. Yeah, bro, I don't think Lamine's going to win anymore, bro. I think truly it's going to be Dembele. I don't see it, right? Like, and I mean, to be honest, Barcelona fans, we are pushing for Lamine Yamal, but the person who will be more sad about this will be Rafinha, because will Rafinha have this monster of a year, right? Like, I don't know if I can guarantee this. This was a crazy year for legitimately Rafinha. You know what I'm saying? Guys like Mo Salah, monster years. Dembele had a monster year too. I think Dembele is probably going to win it. Guys, it's the truth. And once again, Lamine Yamal still has 3 more chances to be the most, the youngest Ballon d'Or winner. So it's not really, I don't really care. Just give me the UCL, bro. Like, listen, our fan base is legitimately starving for a UCL. Legitimately starving, right? Like, I'll be real. It feels like we're kind of dismissing the domestic trouble, which kind of sucks, but I understand it. I truly understand it, because this fan base, we've seen in La Liga under Xavi. We need to get to a UCL. We brought Hansi Flick in to win the UCL. Bro, listen. Bro, Emmanuel, let's talk about why. Listen, let's get to the transfers, because if we get these transfers next time, we might not fold in Europe, right? Let's actually talk about this because, guys, there is 30. From my end, it says 30 people in the chat. This is a lot of people in my stream. Guys, please smash the likes. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I'm working overtime. Today, I'm sick. But you know what? I'm going to push through. I'm going to do what Barcelona unfortunately couldn't do against Inter, sadly enough. Listen, I'm going to push through, so at least smash the likes and subscribe to your boy. Please, it helps me out. But let's get straight to the news because, yo, guys, Fabrizio Romano, not just any journalist, has said major breaking. The agreement between FC Barcelona and Joan Garcia on a long-term deal is now very advanced and almost done. Barca are confident to get this green light in the coming days, and we already knew. You know what? I absolutely believe it. Outside that, it's Fabrizio. What do I call him? Fabrizio. It's a compliment, by the way. I call him the Erling Haaland of football because Fabrizio Romano, he is a tap-in merchant. He gets the news after all the big Barcelona journalists come to agree, and Fabrizio, he is legit confirmation. So when we get to here we go, we're going to see all the other guys obviously say the same thing. And then Fabrizio will get the credit for it. You know what I'm saying? Hey, it's no diss at him, but he is the Erling Haaland of journalism. I can't lie in football. But Joan Garcia, speaking about this guy, right? We do know this is probably true information because apparently Barcelona, Joan Garcia had a meeting. You know, Joan Garcia said over the weekend, which is set to conclude, right? It's Sunday tonight, right? And basically, Joan Garcia will decide his future, you know? And not just that, right? And guys, I will get to the chat every single time we get in between topics, but guys, the agreement between Barcelona and Joan Garcia is almost complete. Oh, right here, guys. The agreement between Barcelona and Joan Garcia is almost complete. Garcia is delaying his final response because he is keen to maintain his good relationship with Espanol and not ruin it if he agrees to join Barcelona. And what did I say? Guys, this is why I say I am the GOAT person when it comes to Barcelona news. Because, guys, what did I say? I said Joan Garcia, if he comes to Barcelona, they're going to delay this thing, Espanol. They're going to deny it. Joan Garcia is going to try to be a super nice guy, try to, like, stay outside of the politics of talking, right? We already heard his coach. His coach came out and said, like, he talked about, like, cutting his hand off. Like, obviously, he didn't mean to, but he was like, you know, we might have to do that if he leaves Espanol for Barcelona, who is their arch rivals, right? So I knew that, right? Joan Garcia was going to always remain classy. I know this guy, Espanol, they hate Barcelona, so he's not going to be like, yo, I'm going straight to Barcelona right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, sayonara, Espanol. No, he's not going to say that, right? Obviously not. He's going to try to remain professional. On top of that, it is a rival. It's not like he's coming from Leganés or a Celta de Vigo or a club like, I don't know, like a Cadiz or some other bottom feeder, you know, team from La Liga or Spain. Like, it's not that, guys. It truly isn't. Joan Garcia is from Espanol, a club that, bro, in their minds, they hate Barca. We are the biggest rivals to them, you know, and Joan Garcia is trying to remain classy, right? And keep in mind, he already said this quotes about, yo, Joan Garcia, guys, tell me right now, Joan Garcia had said quotes before about potentially playing Espanol, right? Guys, from my understanding, who in La Liga, guys, who in La Liga, right? Who in La Liga, right? Because Espanol, who's he linked with? Joan Garcia. He's linked with Newcastle United, Aston Villa, and Barcelona. Now, which one of them three play in La Liga? Like, I already knew when he said those quotes about, like, yo, that was the indication for me that he's probably going to end up at Barca, because who out of Newcastle, Aston Villa, and Barcelona will have two scheduled games against Espanol? It's only Barca. It's only Barca. So I kind of knew that he was going to kind of come, but I do want to move on to this because he said more quotes. Joan Garcia, he's came out to the media some more and he said, decision about my future, it's not just up to me. It depends on clubs, obviously on me too. Whatever I decide, whatever it is, I will do it 100% convinced. And if I have to take a little longer, so it will be. But I'll do it convinced. And you know what? This is the right thing to say because Joan Garcia, you cannot be half-hearted on your decision. Regardless if you come to Barca or not, as a professional, you have to be 100% convinced. You cannot be half-hearted. And it's beautiful to see Joan Garcia, Fabrizio, right? We already came out with the news. Fabrizio, right? he is basically saying, I think on his recent post, we're going to get this Here We Go soon. And it might be as quick as next week, and I can't wait for it because obviously Barcelona, we haven't got signings through the door. But listen, guys, what do you guys say about Joan Garcia? Because we are going to move on to Ter Stegen, but listen, I do want to see what you guys are talking about. Yeah, bro, Joan Garcia was at the Barcelona Grand Prix. I saw that. And on top of that, right, Joan Garcia, he was also seen in that Catalonia versus, I forgot which team that they played. Catalonia national team. They played a game, and Joan Garcia was seen with not just Eric Garcia, but a Barcelona fan approached him for a selfie, right? And Eric Garcia was laughing. Joan Garcia saw the Barcelona badge. He's legit in our stadium. And you know what? He didn't ignore the guy. He didn't cover his badge. He didn't do all that. So I'm not going to lie. From my perspective, it looks like, I think that's going to happen. I can't lie. Big up Shane Mecca. It's true, but the guy is dragging his feet. Laporta and this board don't give second chances, it seems. Yeah, and I hope so. Listen, I really hope so. What are your thoughts on striker João Pedro? I think he's a good player. He's versatile. I don't think he's good enough for Barcelona, my guy Real. I don't think he is, bro. Real talk. You saw a rumor, if Barca signed him, they'll loan him. Yeah, listen, that was trash, bro. Apparently, that was said. It looks like Joan Garcia is only going to come to the club if, only if, what I'm saying, Barcelona can confirm that he will be a starter. And you know what? I said Joan Garcia, he's too good to be loaned out. He's too good to be benched. Our goalkeepers are not good. What are we benching, bro? What are we loaning out, actually? It doesn't even make sense, but listen, apparently that's what's going to happen. Vanley, I'm actually going to address that later this live. Don't worry about that. You know what I'm saying? So big up to all y'all. But listen, it's nice to see the glimpse to Joan Garcia because we need a goalkeeper. But guys, let's get straight into this because listen, guys, look at this, guys. Because apparently, right, Mundo Deportivo, and I understand Mundo, right? Not the greatest source in the world, but Mundo Deportivo, they came out and said, breaking, sources close to Hansi Flick say the coach's plan to give the starting position to Joan Garcia if he arrives. So Hansi Flick, if Joan Garcia arrives, will be the starter for FC Barcelona. It will not be Ter Stegen. They believe that if Ter Stegen wants to play as a starter, he would be better off looking for another team. And you know what? This was music to my ears. This was absolute music to my ears because you know why? Ter Stegen is simply not good enough. You know what I'm saying? Like, guys, he simply isn't. Joan Garcia is the future of Spain, in my opinion. They're number one. Ter Stegen, brother, it doesn't make sense. I don't know why. What's up with Ter Stegen's ego? I don't know why if he felt like he's won us many UCLs. But, guys, apparently Hansi Flick, right? Hey, Joan Garcia is the number one, and Ter Stegen, it looks like he's going to go. And not only that, if you do not believe Mundo Deportivo, guys, listen, Roger Torello, right? A reliable journalist, a more reliable journalist. What did he say? He said just in, Hansi Flick and his staff see it as unlikely for Ter Stegen to be the number one goalkeeper if Joan Garcia is signed. Right? On top of that, he said, sources close to the coach explained that if the German goalkeeper wants regular playing time this season, right, next season, he will have to look for a way out. Guys, I hope y'all can see that, a way out of Barcelona, as it will be difficult for him to play at Barca. And you know what? Hansi Flick, listen, bro, I can't lie. Hansi Flick is the absolute guy. He is my manager, right? On top of me making videos at the start of my YouTube career, wanting Hansi Flick as the manager to replace Xavi, I said Barca must get this guy in specific. This guy might be the guy to bench Ter Stegen. And you know what? I've already said it many times. I used to be a Ter Stegen fan, but Ter Stegen, time and time again, in the big games, UCL knockout, Liverpool, Bayern Munich, not all down to him. Roma, not all down to him. Once again, Paris Saint-Germain, they beat us 4-1, Mbappe hat-trick that time, right? He just hasn't stepped up. And you know what? Hey, it looks like, legitimately, it looks like Ter Stegen is actually, he looks like he's going to have to find a new club, right? Listen, guys, I mean, big up my guy, Ahmed, bro, Ahmed Youssef. Hey, big up, bro. Gio Shouty on the Juve community, here to show some support, man. Just subscribe. Big up, guys. Be like Ahmed, bro. Oh, Gio gave me a raid. Yo, big up my guy, Gio. He's a Juventus fan. This guy's absolutely probably having the time of his life because Inter Milan, guys, if you don't know, Inter are the rivals of Juve. And, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, they are very happy that Inter Milan lost. So, hey, big up Alex Juve, bro. Big up, bro. Listen, I'm always here with the Barca content. If you mess with that, y'all got to mess with me, but big up all the time. Listen, guys. Hey, guys, smash the likes and subscribe if you are new. But going back to Hansi Flick, if this guy truly is, if the reports are true, right? Joan Garcia, it looks like he's going to be the number one if he is signed, right? Hansi Flick, right? We know that him and Deco had that meeting apparently, right, last week. And it looks like it was about signings and departures. Hansi Flick, I'm sure, guys, Hansi Flick suggested to Deco, not only do we need a new goalkeeper, but we need Ter Stegen out. You know what I'm saying? Like, because it doesn't make sense. Once again, guys, I will say it. It doesn't make sense. Imagine having Ter Stegen, Joan Garcia, and Szczęsny. It doesn't make sense. Like, it doesn't fit. You know what I'm saying? In the NFL, I don't know if you guys follow the NFL. They always say if you have 2 starting goalkeepers, you don't have 1, right? So, in my opinion, if we have 3 goalkeepers, no, you can't do that. You can only have 1 or 2 goalkeepers, especially 2, right? In my opinion, if out of the 4 goalkeepers, Joan Garcia, Inaki Peña, right, Szczęsny, Ter Stegen, brother, Ter Stegen is the first one I would let leave because he's also kind of toxic. I'm going to keep it a buck. Ter Stegen, right? The way that he was speaking when Szczęsny was having his moments at Barcelona. Brother, this guy, it seemed like, I can't lie, from my perspective, it seemed like he felt offended. And Ter Stegen, can you guys believe he came out with some quotes, right? He has seen the rumors of Hansi Flick, Joan Garcia, the number 1 option, right? You know what I'm saying? His potential sale. Guys, Ter Stegen has come out to the media and he has said, the rumors does not concern me. I know that. I know that I will be at Barcelona next year. And you know what? Listen, I can't lie. Any brother that's a Ter Stegen fan, it doesn't make sense because I'm going to be real. When a player has this much of an ego, it doesn't make sense, right? Like Ter Stegen, what have you done? What have you done to be this confident, to be this ego-driven? And I'm not going to lie. I'm not trying to hate on a brother, but it doesn't make sense, right? Right? Like, big up Mez. Hansi Flick even said he knows what we need for Barcelona to compete next season. And you know what Hansi Flick knows? Hansi Flick is not dumb, bro. Hansi Flick watches football. He has seen legitimately the UCL final. He's seen Jan Sommer against Barcelona. The reason why I told you guys, if you switch our goalkeepers and Jan Sommer, we would have been in the UCL. If we get Donnarumma, we would have been in the UCL. Barcelona, they need a goalkeeper. So when I'm seeing the super strong Joan Garcia links, it's awesome, right? But, hey, big up to all the Juventus fans, bro. Big up to all y'all. You know what I'm saying? AG Calcio, big up to Creative World. You know what I'm saying? Ter Stegen said that he will not leave Barcelona. That's what we're talking about right now, bro. Basically, Ter Stegen has said, the rumors does not concern me. I know that I will be in Barcelona next year. And that was not just it, guys, because Ter Stegen, he's came out with more. Like, he did a full media, what's it called? I think it was a media press conference. It should have been with Germany because I know the players. I seen Lamine Yamal and Dean Huijsen with Spain. I believe this was with the German camp because there's no way he would have said this in Barcelona. You know, guys, by the way, if you guys don't know, players, whenever they go to the international break, they always speak about their futures a lot more. That is where rumors are made. That's where big quotes are made, the international break, right? And the Nations League is about to happen. But Ter Stegen, that was not just it, right, guys? Look at this. Apparently, Ter Stegen, he has also said, that Ter Stegen, if I'm not mistaken, for now, there's only 2 of us goalkeepers for next season, Inaki Peña and me. So the competition is already there, like every year. Whoever arrives will have to accept it. And you know what I said? You know how mad I got when I saw this quote right here? You know how disappointed in Ter Stegen, just as a competitor, right? Just as a man. You know what I'm saying? The correct thing to say was that, hey, I want to stay here, but if the club wants to bring somebody in new, I'm going to compete for my spot, right? Rafinha has come out and said that legitimately, and Rafinha's had a rock star year. Are you ahead of Rafinha? Are you ahead of Rafinha? Because Rafinha, we're going to talk about his quotes later on, talking about the left wingers later on in this live stream. But Rafinha didn't say that. He was accepting competition and saying, you guys got to work harder than me. You know, whoever comes in. Ter Stegen, and legitimately, that second competition is crazy. Like, how can you say so? The competition is already there. Like, every year, whoever arrives will have to accept it. Brother, you know when I say players need an ego check, this is what I'm talking about. How do you have this big of an ego? How? You know what I'm saying? Like, genuinely, it doesn't make sense. So I just don't get it. Ter Stegen, this is not a guy who time and time again is unfortunate in the big game. No, he's part of the reason why. And you know what? I made a video. I used to love Ter Stegen. I used to be his biggest fan, but it's time to go. It clearly is, bro. It really is because, man, You know, Messi, if Messi left the Barcelona, guys, I'm sorry. Anybody else can leave my club, right? I could see anybody else leave and we can recover. We thought we would be cooked forever without Lionel Messi. We got Lamine Yamal. You know what I'm saying? It seems like, with Dembele, it felt like we're going to get cooked. You know what I'm saying? Forever. Who's going to be our attackers? Rafinha stepped up. It always happens in football. If Ter Stegen leaves, he's not even a guy. Dembele in his final season was important. Messi, his final years was super important. Ter Stegen is not even that. You know what I'm saying? Guys, big up Juve Corner Cast. Sub to this guy too later on, guys. Big up. This guy, Gio, Juventus fan. This guy's absolutely probably happy with that Inter Milan win. Big up to you, bro. Big up Loca. Hey, big up to all y'all. Big up to Adam, guys. Ter Stegen doesn't know tech extended. That's what I was saying. Like, bro, if I bring this back up, it doesn't make sense because on top of, forget Joan Garcia. Joan Garcia technically is potential. It can fall off. But Marc-André Ter Stegen, are you wild? You know that Szczęsny's about to extend. Apparently, it came out yesterday that Szczęsny, right? It's not in this live stream, but Szczęsny apparently will be legitimately staying at Barca for at least one more year as the backup option. Szczęsny has accepted the backup option. And you know what? Szczęsny, this guy has more humility than Ter Stegen because he's spoken out about being a backup to Ter Stegen, which is wild in my opinion, you know? I understand he's a professional, but Szczęsny was actually kind of good in some games against Benfica. We will not forget that. One of the biggest UCL games that I thought were cooked. We got a red card. Cabarsi got sent off. We're cooked. Szczęsny said, nah. We'll get eliminated, but not today. You know what I'm saying? Today, I'm going to stand up with my 2 feet. Ter Stegen, when was the last time he did that in Europe? But listen, I can't lie. It is what it is, bro. Yeah, bro. Hey, Gio, I understand. You're very happy, you know. Hate watch finally successful. I hear it, bro. But guys, listen, aside from Ter Stegen, because I do think his departure will be real, guys, another journalist has said Barcelona are going all in for Joan Garcia. If they land him, Ter Stegen will be put up for sale. It's decided. The club wants Garcia as their new undisputed number 1. Next season, no turning back. And while this guy isn't bad, like highlighted, he's not that big of a journalist, we have to say, it lines up with all the news that Fabrizio, that Roger Torello, that Tony Marti, all these guys has put out there. But I will say this. If Szczęsny has the humility to accept being the number 2 to Ter Stegen in the next coming year, and Joan Garcia, you know that Szczęsny has actually spoken about Joan Garcia, has called him the best goalkeeper in the league. And at one point, I was like, Szczęsny knows more ball than Deco, because at that point, I didn't see one Barcelona link to Joan Garcia. It's only been the last 2 weeks that we've been linked with him. So I'm not going to lie. Szczęsny, I do think he will have the humility to be the backup to Joan Garcia. I don't think it's a problem. And I'm not going to lie, bro, I like Szczęsny. Szczęsny's a guy that's like, bro, this guy's all about good vibes. Like, I'm not going to lie. He's with his cigar. He's happy to be here. That is a backup goalie. Guys, if you guys have ever played football, your backup goalie has to be a guy that is just, a good person for the morale of a team. You cannot have a guy with a mad ego. So, Ter Stegen, in my opinion, you're not starting next year. Maximum, you're a backup because your salary, by the way, isn't that bad, to be fair. But a sale would help us. And on top of that, bro, I'll be real. You don't have the ego to be a backup. You just don't. I know you don't. The way that you speak. And compared to Szczęsny's always laughing and stuff like that. Szczęsny's legit. Guys, chat. Szczęsny is legit. You guys are saying Szczęsny is goated. Bro, real talk. Szczęsny is legitimately a guy who's just happy to be here. He's enjoying his life. He's legit. I hate the lottery. You know what I'm saying? I was from retirement. I came in with my cigar, and guess what? Szczęsny's like, I won 3 trophies. I'm going to relax. Whenever y'all need me, call me. You know what I'm saying? But I'm working from home today. He's enjoying his life. Marc-André Ter Stegen. This guy's like a cranky brother, bro. Like, I don't understand. And I'm tired of it, bro. Neymar got a red card. Free my guy Neymar, bro. Listen, injuries, red card. Like, bro, my guy Neymar, bro. I didn't know Neymar is playing right now, though. Big up India, bro. Listen, India has a big community that messes with Messi, you know what I'm saying? Messes with Barcelona. But listen, Szczęsny's a legend, bro. Oh, bro, Gio, you would be surprised. All the Barca fans, they love Szczęsny. This guy, brother, this guy's legitimately one guy that, man, he's just a nice guy to have, right? In the big game, he can step up. Against Inter, it was unfortunate, but it is what it is, guys. I do want to show this too. Like, this is probably the last thing we're going to show of Ter Stegen, but, bro, I do want to say this, for a guy with an ego like that, speaking like that, Ter Stegen, bold words, right? Saying that you are gonna be here, right? The next goalkeeper who comes in will have to accept that. Accept that. Like you're a guy who's won 5, 6 UCLs. Brother, accept that. What are you talking about? Accept that. Listen, bro, I'll be real. Some players, they should not. I'll be real. You know when they say like bench players talking like starters? That's the kind of vibe that I got, right? Remember Gerard Piqué, one game years ago, 2021, he said every shot against us is a goal. We have to analyze that. Ter Stegen said that. And you know what? Not Ter Stegen. Gerard Piqué came out and said that. And on top of that, Gerard Piqué, this guy has some humility. He has some shame. Because remember Gerard Piqué, this guy, what did he say after the 8-2 loss to Bayern Munich? A humiliating, horrible defeat. What did he say? You know what he said? He said, yo, hey, we need new, fresh blood at the club. And hey, if I'm the first to lead by example, I will do it. Right? I'm paraphrasing, but that's what he said. Ter Stegen, he is the captain, but I'm going to keep it a buck. It doesn't feel like that. I'll be so real with you guys. It doesn't feel like a captain that keeps the team first. It doesn't seem like a captain that is all in on Barcelona. It feels like a guy that is, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, let me just play because I want to be the starter and my ego. But, guys, listen, big up to the chat. Let me read the chat. You know what I'm saying? PKW, yeah, we at Barca love flair and style, and Tech's got it. Yo, Tech is a cool brother. You know when we win that last El Clasico, this guy's smoking on the pitch. You know what I'm saying? Smoking on the pitch. And I don't advise smoking. I really don't. You know what I'm saying? But that was hilarious, right? This guy, you know, he can only get away with it because he's a goalkeeper. Because any other player, if you smoke as often as he does, I really doubt that your lungs can hold up. I really doubt it. Anybody who's played football, it's tough. Maybe you could play 20 minutes, but as a goalkeeper, you don't really need to do the running. But, yeah, big up. Yo, this guy. Yo, big up Real, but that's hilarious, bro. Nah, bro, these Ter Stegen nicknames are hilarious, bro. Should be embarrassed that a 17-year-old has a better ego than him. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm kind of tired of Ter Stegen, bro. Like, I'm going to keep it a buck. Yeah, Adam, he said this in the German camp, the press conference ahead of the games. But listen, guys, on top of that, right? And guys, by the way, big up for showing up. I do want to show you guys this, guys. Have you guys seen the breaking news? Legitimately, it happened 5 minutes or 10 minutes before I was on stream. Guys, do you guys see this? About Luis Diaz. Apparently, this is his wife. Luis Diaz, he made a message to Liverpool, but his message was not as direct. His wife's message, though, Luis Diaz's wife's message. And by the way, I will say this. Which one of these Barcelona fans follow Luis Diaz's wife, bro? Like, that's kind of crazy. I can't lie. Because how did it break so quickly? Like, I ain't gonna lie. I'm happy that I got the news and it's breaking news, right? But which one of our fans, like, found out about this first? I can't lie. But Luis Diaz, right? And big up to the chat. I will get to y'all in a second. But Luis Diaz, his wife said basically like a cryptic message. She said, to the incredible Liverpool fans, from the first day we arrived, we felt firsthand that it means to be part of your club. We knew the slogan was, you'll never walk alone. But to hear it, blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? Like, guys, you get the gist. You kind of get the gist. I can't lie. You guys get the gist. Basically, at the end, basically saying, thank you for so much love, for being dedication, blah, 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 making us feel at home. This is the part of being the privilege, no doubt, best fans in the world, whatever. You know what this is? Guys, you know what this sounds like? This sounds like a goodbye message. And if you guys disagree and believe that he's coming to Barca, so be it. But what this does sound like for sure, it seems like Luis Diaz is going to leave Barcelona, right? Luis Diaz, he had a message, but his message was not as direct. It was just like, we had a great season. Can't wait for next year. We'll see what happens in the future, right? But we have to celebrate, blah, 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 what we did this year because Liverpool did win the Prem. But I can't lie. Luis Diaz, right? Big up Shane for the comment, right? Luis Diaz going to Saudi. He ain't that guy, 30 mil player. I do want to address Luis Diaz going to Saudi because we did know, guys, not just outside of the message. And big up Luis, guy, by the way, that is hilarious. Guys, I can't lie. Once again, whoever is following Luis Diaz misses, it's kind of crazy. I can't lie. Like, relax. You know what I'm saying? How do the Barca fans of all people, I understand we're linked with Luis Diaz, follow him, but to go one step further is kind of wild. I can't lie. But listen, it came to me regardless. You know what I'm saying? But I will say this, right? Like, we did talk about this last live stream. Basically, Al Nassr, it looks like they are really wanting Luis Diaz. They're pushing for him. He's their top transfer target, and they've already requested central funding, bro. The Saudi government. We can't compete with this oil clubs, bro. Central funding. Regardless, right? The winger is valued at 85 million. It was reported by Ben Jacobs. And on top of that, it just seems like Luis Diaz, I don't think Barcelona can operate this quickly with this sum of money. You know Barcelona, guys, we know our football club. If a big transfer happens, they drag it out for weeks to come, and then it finally happens. Laporta, Deco, they finally do it. But I will say this. You know a club that can do it right away, right? These type of deals, 85 million without spending, you know what I'm saying, without thinking too much. It is these Saudi clubs right here. You know what I'm saying? Luis Diaz, I think he's going to Saudi. I truly believe it. I truly believe. Guys, if you disagree, hey, who in the chat believes that? Where do you guys think that Luis Diaz is going to end up? Because in my opinion, I think that Saudi is the firm favorite, right? We already seen the reports that it's very difficult for Liverpool and Barcelona to agree a fee because of obviously Liverpool, they want 85. I think they want minimum 70, at least 65 for Luis Diaz. And Barcelona simply are not willing to pay that much money for a player who's 28, regardless of how good he is. I think he's a good player, by the way. I think he fits the system. But for that money, right, for a club that legitimately, bro, we were broke not too long ago, guys. Like, let's not try to act like we're 100% fine. I understand the one-to-one, this, that, but there's no way Barca has no financial constraints. Otherwise, I'll be real, we probably would have made a signing by now, right? Let's be real. But let me address the chat, guys, because I mean, listen, I do think that Luis Diaz, I think he's going to Saudi, right? Like Shane says it, right? Catalan, I understand you want him at Barcelona, but the thing is, I just don't think it's going to happen. The way that it's just, digested, the way that's just gone so quickly, right? These farewell messages, right? These cryptic messages, it looks like Luis Diaz is probably going to end up at Saudi Arabia. And you know what? It's not the end of the world because Barcelona, I will say, spending big money for Diaz is dumb, right? I said 45 max. Great player, would fit the system. He hustles. He can dribble. There's a lot of good in Luis Diaz, but for the price tag, I told you guys what my priority is. Get a goalkeeper first. Get a goalkeeper first. I can't have Barca sign Luis Diaz first, right, for 85 million. And then you know what the club will say? Deco and Laporta will be like, oh, the rumors, the one-to-one is not enough, and we can't get Joan Garcia. The deal has collapsed. He's going to Manchester City or somewhere else, right, or Newcastle. But the thing is, right, if we can get Joan Garcia first, I'm less concerned of who we get, whether it's Luis Diaz or Marcus Rashford. Obviously, I don't want it to be for 85, but get Joan Garcia first is my thing, right? Big up Real. He says, if I was Deco, I would pull a swap deal for Stegen for Joan Garcia. But why would Espanol want that? They only stayed up because of Joan Garcia. With Ter Stegen, you really think that they're staying up? Are you real? Like, listen, Joan Garcia, you remember, Real, bro, you're a Madrid fan. Espanol beat you guys 1-0. Why was it? Because Joan Garcia was playing out of his mind that game, bro. Like, legitimately, right? I got you. That's a good pickup for the goalkeeper position. Are you guys also going to strengthen your defense as well? Bro, Lewis, I ain't gonna lie. The way that Deco's moving, he said quotes earlier, like 2 weeks ago, basically, we're not going to get a fullback. He said, we're not going to get center backs. We're not going to get a midfielder, right? And I was legit saying, what are we going to get? It looks like we're going to get a winger and we're going to get a goalkeeper. I really hope we get a center back or a left back at least, because if we can get just a third signing, right, whether it be left back or center back, and guys, chat, what would you guys rather have, a left back or a center back? Because in my opinion, I'm not going to lie, I'm going to lean with left back. Hear me out. Gerard Martin, this guy made Dumfries look like an absolute world beater. You know what I'm saying? Dumfries, I legit said, right, on other streams, I want Dumfries. I don't even want another right back. People were talking about right backs. I said, man, I want Dumfries. The way that he cooked Barca, Gerard Martin, brother, you did like unspeakable amount of damage to my football club, and you gave Dumfries a career-defining moment. So I would lean left back over center back, but that's just me. But I mean, guys, we still got a bit more topics. I'm just gonna read the chat and then we'll get onto it, right? I don't see Diaz to Saudi. I don't see Diaz wanting to be in Saudi. It's so weird culturally for him. But also, you need to remember, a lot of these South Americans, they are not, right, coming from, like, let's be real, like, rich areas, bro. These guys, they struggle. So if it's for the money, if Barcelona are not desperate to pay big money to Liverpool, I can see it. I'm going to keep it a buck with you. I really can, right? And on top of that, they're going to pay him good money because he might be the Cristiano Ronaldo replacement, right? So it seems like Saudi, it seems like they are going to go in for Luis Diaz. But I ain't gonna lie, I would like Diaz if he was cheap. I will not lie to you guys. I do think he's a good player, right? Diaz being South American while waiting for Barca. Yeah, I understand. South America, Barca, the connection. But I will say this, bro. I like Diaz. I think he's a good player. If it was the same price for Rashford, I would lean Diaz. But once again, that price is ridiculous. We have other priorities. In my opinion, bro, if we don't pay the Diaz money, keep in mind this. Big up to the chat. Big up to FCB Money and Catalan. I know you guys want Diaz specifically, but I will say this. If we don't pay the Diaz money, the club should go for a center back. That is a lot of money, 85 million that you're not going to spend, right? Obviously, you're going to spend some on Joan Garcia and also a left winger, but bro, get a center back. Get a center back. Why don't we get a player like, I don't know, like a Paco, an underrated center back that can just do things, right? I'm not going to get a left back. Get a guy like maybe Cucurella, maybe not him, but a different guy, bro. Because Barcelona, that's a lot of money left on the table now if you don't get, you know what I'm saying, if you don't buy Luis Diaz for the price tag. So, listen, Van der Sar, I haven't seen enough of him, but I do want to move on from Luis Diaz because we know the guy that is next up, the plan B, it looks like Marcus Rashford, right? Barcelona, apparently, right? This was reported, I believe, yesterday by Tony Walmarty. Barcelona is open to paying a fee for Luis Diaz, but not for Rashford, right? Who they would only want to get on loan. So Rashford, we only want a loan for Rashford. We would pay for Diaz. And I'm not too against it because let's be real, Marcus Rashford, he has not stringed up back-to-back great years. It's a good year, then a bad year, then a good year, then a bad year, mid-year, good year, bad year. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to lie. It's not the end of the world. In a loan deal, once again, if we can get Rashford on loan, once again, what is stopping us from buying a center back or a left back, right? I understand United, they're probably going to try their best to do, you know, a mandatory buy clause. But if Barcelona can some way finesse United, because they might be the only big club that might be worse at sales, you know, than Barcelona, right? They are pretty mid at that, right? Barcelona. Actually, no, I think we might be worse than them at sales. But what I will say is Barcelona, right? If we can get Rashford on a loan, it's not the end of the world. I'll be real, right? Like, I have a thing that I'm going to show you guys soon. But, guys, big up my guy, SK. Rashford under Flick. Rashford under Flick might cook. I can't lie. And once again, Luis Alvarado. I called you Diaz. My bad, bro. Listen, especially if he's coming off the bench. Bro, if Rashford's a rotational player, I would like that. I can't lie. Bro, loan makes sense. Yeah, big up Shane, right? Rashford under Flick. Bro, I can't lie, guys. I'll be real with you guys. I think Rashford under Flick cooks because he's super similar to Rafinha. The biggest difference is that, let's be real, he's right-footed, Rafinha's left-footed. But a lot of it's similar. And to be fair, Rashford is a bit of a better dribbler. I'm not going to even lie to you guys, right? If it's a loan, facts. If it's a loan with an option to buy, I'm here for it. I can't lie. I'm here for it. We need another guy. Remember Rashford against PSG? He was cooking that defense that second half. Brother, if we can have another guy who, even if he's like Dani Olmo, he's just good in moments. He wins this like 5, 6, 7 games. I'll take that. Rashford is that type of player. Obviously, my concern is his work rate, but we'll talk about that, right? Listen, Rashford to Barca, this is the disgrace of a transfer. But Catalan, who else would you get? Catalan, I'm going to ask you right now. Bro, be real. Be real, Catalan. Who else is Barcelona open to getting right now? If Luis Diaz is off the table to Saudi, which I think will happen, right? I like Luis Diaz. I can't lie to you. I think he's underrated as a player. I think the price tag has kind of messed up Barcelona's fans' thinking. But outside of Rashford, who would you get? And be realistic in a way. Obviously, we can get anybody. We're FC Barcelona. We have Paul. But who are we linked to? Like nobody else. I seen Martinelli links. Brother. Listen, guys. If we get Martinelli, that is worse than Rashford. I'll tell you guys that for free. Listen. We can't get Martinelli. We can't get. I don't think Nico Williams, bro. Nico Williams for the fee, 60 million. I'll be real. Rashford might be better than him. I think Rashford at his best is much better than Nico, right? And guys, once again, bro, Marcus Rashford, this guy's on Instagram, legitimately liking, commenting on every Lamine Yamal post. This guy is desperate to come to Barcelona. Let's not cap about it. You know what I'm saying? Like Marcus Rashford, he wants this move. And if this guy truly, apparently, right, Tony Marty, he's been the main guy, by the way, that's been saying Rashford to Barca. He came out, right? We spoke about this last time. Rashford is rejecting all offers he is receiving. He only wants Barcelona. And in my opinion, if this is true, right, surely a guy like Marcus Rashford, it looks like this guy, I can't lie, it looks like Marcus Rashford, if he truly wants Barca only, I'm not going to lie, you have to run. You got to press for Hansi Flick as hard as you can. You cannot do this half-hearted press. I remember Man United fans complain about Rashford not running, but what I will say is that, man, I can't lie. Hey, if he's not convinced by Barcelona and he's not running, he's not pressing, bro, his career is over. This is Rashford's last opportunity at a big club. And I feel like that he's kind of understanding it because he's being linked with clubs like Newcastle, right? Like Villa maybe, right? Like Nottingham Forest. And he's got Barcelona. That's the outlier. This is his only escape to a big club because he's not going to stay at United. Apparently, Cunha, I think he took his number. So if we're keeping it a buck, bro, you're saying Lookman is better than Rashford. I agree. But the thing is, I haven't seen any links of Adamo Lookman. So that's the truth, right? That really is the truth. United buying players without an idea project. Listen, I don't know what United are doing, but I will say this. Rashford on a loan is not bad, right? Bro, we are saving money to replace Lewandowski ahead of the elections next year. Alvarez, Isak, or Haaland. And listen, Van Lee is speaking my type of language. Guys, smash the likes, subscribe if you're new. Guys, there's 35 people watching on my end. I know some of you guys, a lot of people in the chat, you guys are subscribed. You know what I'm saying? You guys are not frauds, but I know there's a lot of people that are just watching. Like last time, 50% of them were not even subscribed. I thought they were subscribed. Guys, if you haven't subscribed, please do so. Help your boy out. Once again, I'm working overtime, bro. You could tell that I'm sick. I got a cold. You know what I'm saying? But I will push through. I'll do something that Barca could not do against Inter Milan for us. Push through and win against Inter Milan, who absolutely got destroyed in that UCL final. But at least subscribe and smash the likes. But let's get back to the Rashford thing. Look at this Madrid fan talking about easy pocket for Trent. Bro, I'll be real. Trent, forget about Rashford. He's got to deal with guys like Brian Zaragoza. All these mediocre La Liga wingers will be cooking against Trent, bro. Listen, Rashford this season, 19 GA. Rafinha before Flick, 22 GA. That is a great comment. I think that Rashford, once again, he's similar to Rafinha. He's a right-footed Rafinha, right, with better dribbling. He doesn't have as good of a cross as Rafinha. Rafinha has a much better cross. To be honest, I think Rashford would help Lewandowski in a way that he stretches the field. How Rafinha stretches the field, he's the runner. He's the last guy always stretching the field in behind. Bro, can you imagine Rashford getting amazing, cushioned, great service from Lamine Yamal? I really believe in some angles, you need a right-footed player. I think that Marcus Rashford is the guy. Nico barely scores and is injured. Yeah, he's been injured. Bro, Nico has ruined his chance at Barca. I don't know why some people really want Rashford, but really are against Rashford. I'm not too against it because of Hansi Flick. If it was Xavi, I would be against it. But once again, listen, guys, it is what it is, bro. I'll be real. Shane, you're saying another Yao Felix? We'll see. But I think that, honestly, it's worth the shot. I know some of you guys don't want Rashford. I'm not really for Rashford too, but I want us to get a center back and a left back. That's why I would take Rashford. I would take all these cheap signings because we need to improve our defense. We let Inter Milan score 7 goals on us, guys. I'm sorry, but that's disgraceful, right? A team that got shut out against PSG easily too, right? And guys, I do want to talk about Rafinha's comments too, because this is what I want to say about Rashford. Rafinha. When I speak about Ter Stegen's mentality, speaking about I'm going to be a starter, I'm going to stay at Barcelona 100%, and Ter Stegen is saying this and that about Barca, the next goalkeeper, right? If he comes in, we'll have to accept that. Brother, Ter Stegen, who are you? I said, Ter Stegen, you are not Rafinha. You are not a guy who's coming off of a great season. Part of the reason why we are winning. Rafinha, he has said after the season, I won't say I'm a guaranteed starter or will never miss a game, but whoever comes in will have to work harder than me. And you know why I love this comment? This is what I'm saying. Humility. A guy who's a reason. Let's keep it a buck. Our top 3 MVPs, Lamine Yamal, right? Rafinha, Pedri Gonzalez, in my opinion, right? Credit to Lewandowski. He was phenomenal. Probably 4th maybe, right? Guys like Balde, phenomenal. Koundé, right? Dani Olmo helped out. Fermin at the end helped out. But when I'm seeing comments like this about Rafinha, this is why he should be a captain over Ter Stegen, because he's accepting competition. But he said Rashford, Diaz, Nico, whoever comes in, right? If it's a lookman, whoever is the name, Rashford or Diaz, most likely, y'all got to work harder than me. And you know why? I like this because Rafinha, people don't realize this, right? And I cook Rafinha sometimes. His performance is not all that. I'm not going to lie to you guys, right? He's a moments player. But what he does do, Rafinha, you cannot ignore this, is that this guy's work rate, the way he presses, the way he runs, it feels like every game's his last game for Barcelona, right? Guys, remember that Leganés game. That Leganés game, Rafinha made a goal-saving tackle. He was the last man. Rafinha was running. Bro, he was saving Barca as center back. You know what I'm saying? So Rafinha, I can't lie. If Rafinha has come out and said, you got to work harder than me, Rashford, I'll be real. If you don't work as hard as Rafinha, you will be holding bench. I can't lie. Let's be real, guys. If Rashford is coming here thinking Barcelona, that left wing, oh, I'm going to start. Brother, I'll be real. Rashford is fighting with Olmo right now if he starts, and we're going to need a hungry Rashford. You know that season with Ten Hag where Rashford is absolutely cooking? He even cooked us. And we're going to need that version of him. You know what I'm saying? But yo, big up to the chat, bro. Listen, I need to get you on stream for a football draft. We'll see, bro. One day, we'll see, man. Big up SK all the time. Listen, if Rafinha could be this good under Hansi Flick, then Rashford will be better. Hey, that is a hot take, but it's not crazy because I said John Williams. Big up to you, by the way, for the comment. I have said that Rafinha's style, you know, and Rashford's style is it's not too different. Rashford has a worse cross than Rafinha. Rafinha's crosses are absolutely brilliant. But at the same time, Rashford's right-footed. And on top of that, Rashford, I would say he's a better dribbler than Rafinha. Rafinha, we know that's one of the things he struggles at as a winger. But listen, I love Rafa. That guy's all heart. Bro, FCB money. That's why I always say Rafinha, he's such an easy player to like when it's going well for him because the guy, he works his socks off. You know, like I'll be real. I'm not a passion guy. You know, if you guys know me longer enough, y'all will know I'm an aesthetics merchant. I can't lie. I'm a baller merchant. I love Lamine. I was saying Lamine Ballon d'Or way before the Barca fans were saying, because I'm like, Lamine's the best, bro. With these Trivellas, he's our best player. But when a player doesn't give up and he's part of the reason he's coming up every single time clutch like Rafinha, I respect it. I have to respect it. He's direct. Yeah, I hear it's his game style. But Rafinha, I don't know how Rafinha, like, you could dislike him as a Barca fan. The moments that he pulls up, huge moments, game winners. He scores, you know, after the 85th minute, how many times this season, right? And he's speaking like he's a role player. Like, I don't know how you can't like Rafinha. I'll be real. Bro, listen, this guy is an absolute monster. But listen, yeah, bro, John Williams, I do want to say this, right? Having Rashford and Rafinha would give Flick options. Let's be real, guys. This is also part of the reason. Let's be real. Hey, big up Riyadh, bro. Yo, hey, you don't owe me anything. You're a real one for pulling up. Guys, anybody who pulls up, right, I'm going to do more Barca recaps probably like twice a week. Listen, I love y'all. I can't lie. I'm not saying this to glaze my fan base. I really love the community that I'm building, right? I remember the days that I only had 1 or 2 people. Now we're reaching 20 people. Like, you can't lie. Like, I'm not going to lie. I'm not one to cry or get emotional. But, bro, real talk, I really mess with my fan base. I love you guys for pulling up. Like, I can't lie. Guys, subscribe if you're new. But I love the community. And I'm reading your messages. I'm not going to ignore you guys. I know a lot of big content creators, what they don't do is that they don't really interact with their fans. Like, guys, I'll be real, like guys like John, you know, Adam, Real, even the Madrid fans that pull up like Modric to go, he's not here today. Guys like Mez, SK, everybody, bro, Adam, right? Like, I really mess with y'all, bro. Like, don't worry, bro. Y'all don't owe me nothing. Just check out the videos and streams. I'll be happy enough, bro. Like, I'm not one to ask for super chats. I built this channel to legit I wanted a Barca community. I wanted to speak my mind on Barca whenever I want to. You know what I'm saying? So in the future, if I get to a stage where I can legit go click live and Barca fans are watching right away, like at least 100 of them, maybe in 5 years down the line, that is amazing for me. I can't lie. So listen, the hard work's got to continue. But guys, regardless of that, right? I was going to speak about Deco, Gyökeres. Basically, this is the last thing we're probably going to talk about, right? Deco basically said Gyökeres joining Barca. He was asked a question by a reporter. He said, I'm not going to talk about the market because it's not the time, right? He's a great player who did a lot for Sporting, right? But he basically said he's not going to speak about a striker, right? And like I said earlier, I don't think Barca goes for a striker this summer. I think that they go for a winger and at least a goalkeeper, maybe a center back or a left back. I think that we go for a striker next summer. I think we go for the striker, 2026. You're going to get Isak. You're going to get Haaland potentially. Don't rule out Barca. You guys might laugh, but Barcelona, there's a release clause. I'd rather pay big bucks for Erling Haaland than spend half of that on Gyökeres because Erling Haaland is a proven commodity. He will get me 40 goals. There's no doubt for at least 5-6 years. He will. You know what I'm saying? And I'll be real, even if it's an Isak, he is a better player than Gyökeres. Gyökeres is very good, but Barcelona are trying to be cost-effective. And on top of that, guys, I do want to show you guys this. If Marcus Rashford, and I'll get to the chat right now, right? Bro, guys, look at this. I took the time to say this, right? Guys, legitimately. Bro, big up, 40 people are watching. Yo, guys, this is a record high for me without a raid, or technically not really a raid, but I do want to show you guys this. Guys, smash the like and subscribe. But listen, if Rashford potentially does come to Barcelona, right, we did speak about the rumors. Bro, look at this. Like, I can't lie to you guys. Joan Garcia in net. Cabarsi, center back. Inigo, center back. Left back, Balde. Right back, Jules Koundé. Frankie de Jong as the center mid with Pedri. Right? You could play Rafinha. You could play Dani Olmo. You got Lamine Yamal, Rashford. On top of that, right? I will say this. Guys, if anybody has played football, you would know that if Rashford goes like right here, Balde over here with the overlap, he will be running all the time. We already know Balde, he likes to overlap, but it's going to be a lot easier for Balde to get in behind, get in this position, right? Rafinha's going to crash the box. Bro, even if you do this, right? If you can get Rashford on this team, you can even run Rashford as the striker, I would say, in some games like Ferran, and then instead of Lewandowski, right? Obviously, you can do this, and then if you want to go full like free-flowing football, you could, instead of Lewandowski, hold up. Let me remove this real quick, guys. Bear with me. We could say like Dani Olmo, like guys like Olmo, right? Like also you could do this. Like this is a very, very good lineup. Obviously Ferran in for Rashford, but you can rotate. Like you could also do this, right? And even with this, we've seen Rafinha at left wing absolutely cook at times. Rafinha at the cam, get goals. Like we can do a lot if we get Marcus Rashford in the door. And if we're not going to get Gyökeres, once again, right, the Deco rumors, what does it look like? It said Deco, basically, he downplayed the rumors of Gyökeres. I can't lie to you guys. Rashford to Barca, it gives us a lot of flexibility. It really does, right? But listen, guys, let me read the chat, right? I do want to see what you guys are saying, right? Let me actually put this on the screen just because maybe you guys want to see it. But I will say, hey, guys, listen. What are you guys saying? Like, what else would you like? If this would be my lineup, that would be sick. I can't lie. But how are we gonna manage the goalkeeper situation? Bro, I can't lie. Listen, guys. Bro, Q&A right now for the next 5 minutes before I wrap up. Like, ask me any questions you want, guys. Smash the likes and subscribe. But, yeah, listen, real talk. Bro, Mashuru, I would say Ter Stegen has to leave Barca. I would sell him. Hansi Flick wants a new goalkeeper. Szczęsny's spoken about being the number 2. Ter Stegen, we already addressed the comments. I don't know if you're here, but I'm going to put timestamps in this video, but right here, Ter Stegen, earlier I was saying how basically Ter Stegen's ego is way too big for a guy who is coming off of an injury and before that had a very, very mid-year last year. His ego is crazy, right? I already said this ego is not a backup goalkeeper. I've already said that time and time again. This ego is a guy that wants to start. And if Joan Garcia comes through the door, right, reports have said that he will be leaving the club. He's going to be put up for sale. And I'm not against that once again. I will say Ter Stegen needs to leave Barca if Joan Garcia comes, because then you'll have Joan Garcia and you'll have Szczęsny, who accepts a backup role, right? Inaki Peña, this guy, I'll be real, people want to cook Inaki Peña. He has more heart than Ter Stegen. Inaki Peña is looking to start somewhere else. The guy wants to fight. He wants to fight. He actually wants to start somewhere. And in my opinion, if I'm ranking the 4 goalkeepers, Ter Stegen's last. Bro, Joan Garcia first. Inaki Peña and Szczęsny are tied for me. And maybe even Inaki Peña slightly might be better. I can't lie. He's had some very big performances. But Ter Stegen needs to go, bro. I can't lie to you, bro. Like, listen. Yeah, bro, listen. Flick can even play a 4-4-2 and a 3-4-3. Bro, that's what I'm saying. If we just get a left winger, regardless of the name, I'm going to keep it a buck. The tactical flexibility is crazy, whether it's Rashford or Diaz, because they can both play left wing and they can both play striker. Listen, I'll be real. Yeah, Szczęsny on the bench is not bad, bro. Inaki came in Bilbao after not playing for months, clean sheet. Listen, and bro, Inaki was actually pretty good that game. And remember, I said Inaki rolled up to the Bernabeu and Real Madrid held 4. We beat Real Madrid 4-0. We went, you know what I'm saying, destroyed Bayern Munich with Inaki Peña in goal. Like, I'll be real. Inaki Peña has had some good moments this year, but he's just not good enough. Joan Garcia is the best, right? Let's be real. Yeah, Gyökeres won't happen, guys. Like, I'll be real. Like Shane Mecca said, I think it's going to be one of Alvarez or Isak who comes. I don't think Haaland will come right now either, but I think it's going to be Alvarez or Isak. Who would you guys have, Isak or Alvarez, though, like the Barca fans? Or if you're not a Barca fan, like, what do you think is, like, more dangerous, like the way that we play with Hansi Flick? Isak or Alvarez? Both of them are top players, I can't lie. Both of them, I would legit snatch – I'm saying somebody's handoff. Listen, to get one of those strikers with Lamine Yamal and Rafinha, the way they've been playing under Hansi Flick, now let's be real, that would cook, right? If Rafinha plays behind the striker and we have Olmo, Ferran, Gavi, Fermin, Casado, Bernal off the bench, listen, we're going to have a sick bench, healthy. If Barcelona is healthy, we have a sick bench. I can't even lie, bro. Our bench will be lit because I think Casado is a nice player on the bench, right? Bernal, decent player off the bench. You're going to have a guy like Ferran off the bench. You're going to have a guy Rashford off the bench because I think Olmo is going to start the year, right? Lewandowski will start the year, right? You're going to have guys like, I don't know, Eric Garcia was super solid this year. You're going to have Araujo, maybe rejuvenated Araujo off the bench. You're going to have Szczęsny even off the bench. That is a squad, right? Bro, Barcelona, if we had a squad, guys, remember, part of the reasons why we lost to Inter Milan was because Lamine and Rafinha were rinsed. They play every single game. They play every single game, legitimately. But because it's Pau Victor, it's guys like Ansu Fati, these guys are not good enough. We need to move on and get guys who will play. Rashford will play. He will take minutes off of Rafinha and Lamine, right, and Olmo. We need to rotate. But listen, you said a tall player, so probably Isak. Yeah, I think we're going to Isak. I think we're going to get Isak too. If we get Alvarez, though, I will not complain because Alvarez is, bro, Alvarez, wherever he goes, he wins. Like, okay, not athletic, but like with Argentina, ever since he's been playing, they've been winning. Listen, I'll be real. Isak, yeah, y'all saying Isak, although Newcastle, yeah, bro, Newcastle got UCL. I think he would have stayed this year regardless, though. Yeah, Bernal, better than decent law. We'll see. Coming off of ACL, but he's a very good player. Remember, guys, Casado had a very good year, and Hansi Flick opted for Marc Bernal over Casado. So a fully fit Marc Bernal, I think he's better than Casado, not just the ceiling-wise, but Hansi Flick was starting Marc Bernal. It wasn't Casado at the start of the year and preseason. So, listen, it is what it is. Bro, I ain't gonna lie. If we get Isak, bro, I can't lie, that will be sick, bro. That will be a dream signing. If he can have one more great year also, like it's not a fluke the last 2 years, a third good year for Isak, you have to respect it. You know, because he was decent in Spain. He wasn't the same player, but a third great year would be insane. But guys, I'm not going to lie. I'm going to head out, guys. Guys, I don't know if you all can tell, I'm sick, bro. I have mad tissues, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm very sick, but once again, I had to pull through for the boys, you know what I'm saying? Like, guys, once again, smash the like, subscribe. I'm going to probably end it here. Listen, thank you guys for pulling up once again. I'm going to probably put timestamps. If you came late, you can, run it back, watch this again. But listen, I had to pull through. I don't care if I'm sick. You know what I'm saying? I'm streaming regardless, bro. At least, listen, guys, we're going to do this twice a week, Barca recaps, or whenever there's big news, right? It's not going to be scheduled. I'll let y'all know a couple hours before. But listen, get well soon. Bro, I'm going to need one of those remedies that, you know what I'm saying, them Africans or them Asians got, bro. But real talk, listen, I hope I get well soon. I hope Barca do something in this transfer window. Next time, we might be talking about a here we go. We might be talking about a Barcelona, Joan Garcia, here we go. But listen, it is what it is right now. But at the same time, W stream still. Like, this stream went way better than expected. Not just the turnout, but I didn't think that I could speak or handle this, but I pulled through. Listen, and Barcelona, Deco pulled through. Listen, otherwise, Deco out. Let's keep it a buck, right? Bro, and we'll talk about that shit in another live. But, guys, I'll see y'all. We're going to be doing some tier rankings, right? Little, you know what I'm saying, sneak peek in the future. I will see y'all. Stay safe. Visca Barca. Sub to the channel. I'll see y'all. Peace. Visca Barca.